Marti, I guess, a bit of a contrast to Friday, that first 30 minutes.
Different games, very different games. I cannot say that I'm happy, especially the first 65 minutes. I would say below what we expected. But sometimes, I said many times, football is a game, and sometimes the position is just better than you, and they were better. They were very aggressive on the way they press. We couldn't exploit the space in behind, which, well, in my opinion, was what the game was, and we had to exploit that better. Yeah, we struggle a bit with how to find a solution on how to break this, and then I would say that finally the goal that came, the ball in behind, stretching in behind, then changed the game. But I would say that until minute 60, 65, I didn't like what I saw. Credit to the guys that show resilience, show mentality to try to push, try to get out, try to get something from the game. Sorry. And in that sense, I felt that the push, even it was perhaps more emotionally, not that much about creating clear chances, but we had the capacity to put them very low, to suffer a bit. A team that is in a very good trend and with very good players, in my opinion. So yeah, perhaps today is a bit disappointing, but yeah, when you analyze how difficult it has been the last weeks in terms of mentally as well, emotionally at this moment of the season, go through everything we have been through. Yeah, today in the warm-up, Jonathan feels something muscular. He's like, okay, what else? What else? And yeah, during the week I really wanted, or the last couple of days, I felt that the combination of Ryan and Michi worked really well against Preston. But the reality is that Michi is coming back from an injury, and that Ryan as well, so we had to combine a little bit the minutes. So according to the situation where we are, I think the way we competed until the last second of the game is the positive today for me, together with obviously the Emerson Sutton debut and the bench impact. I would say that are the three positive. But the first 65 minutes, no one can be happy about it.
Yeah. Just with Varane, was that just a tweak?
He felt something from a muscular up in the quad, and yeah, obviously I didn't want to risk more. He felt that it was getting worse through the warm-up. So my intention is not to get any other injured player, and especially not to waste a substitution after 5 minutes. So we just had to take a quick decision. With Sam gone, Jonah gone, it's not that we have a lot of sixes to help there. Jack, and we felt that Ronnie has done this before in other games and has done well. Today again, he did a good job in my opinion, and then we thought that Foxy could help us with his experience as well. So yeah, facing the adversity, I think that will be the summary of the season. But the way I said, again, the bench giving us another goal, giving again a change of rhythm, a change of the development of the game, I think that it's a positive.
What's the news on Koki? Obviously, that injury on Good Friday, is it?
He needs to see a specialist. It's definitely his shoulder went out. Dislocated shoulder. So now we need to see if the specialist thinks that the surgery is needed or not. But I will say, I don't want to say much, but I guess that it's going to be difficult for him to play again this season.
Okay, and with Paul Smith as well, what was the thing? I think the decision on the game, it was a free kick was given. So how were they allowed to kind of go back and suspend it?
I know less and less about refereeing. I know less and less about what I understand. I just know that it seems that Preston reported this action, and the FA decided to review the action, and yeah, that's all that I can say. I had a long conversation with his media about it, but I keep it internally. Said that yeah, you already saw the outcome.
So Preston reported it to.
That's what I understand. Yes.
Okay. And just with Sutton today, he's obviously very young. How do you think he did?
Emerson? Yeah, really well, showing this personality that he has been showing not only in the Dev squad but as well when he's training with us. I think that everybody in the team likes him because he's a guy that works hard, but at the same time he's not afraid about asking the ball, about going 1v1, and I like these kind of players. He's always, with the young players, I think that I've done that many times in my career. I think it's about finding the right moment to let them show up and to let them grow and to let them learn how is the biggest step actually, that is from the senior Dev squad level to the professional level, and I think he did really well today. But for me, it's about setting the foundation so he can succeed in the future. We have seen the biggest steps that this season, Kieran Morgan, even Ryan Colley, that when I arrived had not many games in professional football. Now He's established player. He's a player that we really rely on him to make actually a difference on games. Alfie Lloyd, another one. So there's a lot of young players that for me that perhaps one of when we have balance of the season in the next couple of weeks, for me that will be one of the best things of the season, that we have now a foundation for the future of the club in terms of a lot of young players that went through his first season in the league, and the club is in a much better position for the future.
With I mean, do you know your squad? Obviously, you don't know your full squad for next year, but do you know an idea who's going to be here next year? That's currently here, and who?
I need to sit with Christian, and we need to decide and see what is the plan, and what does he want, and what is the idea. But I think that according how demanding it has been until the last weeks, I was very focused on trying to achieve the target, and obviously have my thoughts, my ideas on how we can improve. And I said many times, for me, QPR as a club has an amazing potential, and that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to come here, because I feel that the fantastic training ground that we got, the location, the history, not only the history but the identity, the style of football that this club has played in the past, and it fits very well into my idea. I think that this is a very solid foundation on take bigger steps. So don't misunderstand me, I think that what we have achieved this season is remarkable. It's a big achievement, especially on how difficult it has been. I told you before, 22 seasons coaching football, and this has been the most demanding one by far, for many reasons. But I think that the foundation for next season is good. It's just about taking the right decisions, and I always say the edge. Probably it's going to be difficult always to compete against the per achievement teams coming down from Premier League. We need to find this edge to take the next step, because I think that the supporters as well. Since I came here, amazing support, but I would like to give them something else than not celebrate another season in Championship. It's not easy, but I think that there is potential to try to take at least the next step.
Do you think, I mean, because you've had to play players like Morgan earlier, even Liam Morrison, do you think you're kind of they're ahead maybe 18 months of where they should be for next year because of what they've had to play this year?
You know, I think that football as life is not linear, so it's very difficult to answer you properly. I know what you mean. What is important is that whatever is the reason, we got players. Kieran Morgan, I think that he played around 30 games this season and a lot of minutes in Championship. Alfie Lloyd, similar, and unfortunately he will not reach these 1,000 minutes because of the injuries. But otherwise, I'm sure that he could have got those 1,000 minutes. The same with Ryan Colley, that will be around those figures. Yeah, there are many other players like Liam Morrison, first season at Championship, Kadi Dembele, first season at Championship. Nico, that you could see that I think that we see a different Nico over the last weeks that compared to the beginning of the season. That was difficult, but it's not the fault. It was a situation based on the way we started the season, unfortunately, missing a lot of key players, and that's why I give a lot of credit to what the team has achieved this season. How many games we had the full squad, if not the full squad, because that's perhaps a luxury in a league like this one, but how many games we have been missing key players like Steve Cook, like Jay Clark, Salter, like Elias Chair, like Sam Field. Like, it's not been many times that I've been sitting and saying, okay, now I can choose and decide how we want to approach the game. Someone, it was through the needs that the week and coming back, some of them from, okay, try to push a bit more because that's what the situation is. But I think it's a positive thing, definitely, that at the end this has finished in a good way, so to say, that we are finishing, I would say, despite the first 65 minutes, in a strong way. My intent is to make sure that we finish in a strong way the next two games, and then I would say that the balance of the season will be in many ways to look at it very positive.
This probably isn't one for now, but you must have the injuries. Has it been bad luck, or has it just been something else, or has it been a combination of?
Generally in life, I don't believe much in luck or bad luck. Obviously, there is nothing that you can do about Sam Field getting a tackle. That's part of the game. So all the contact injuries, if you want to say it's bad luck, but this happens in football and this happens to all the team. Then perhaps we need to review other areas, and definitely I think that we're going to do internally, as you can understand. But yeah, it's the first time ever in my career that I experienced something like this, and definitely, as all the areas, we need to improve.
Marti, I think in your programme notes you challenged Nicholas Maddison to finish the season strongly. Another assist today. What do you make of his performance, and do you think he's kind of meeting the challenge that you set him?
I think he's growing a lot and showing that there is a good player there. And he's, in my experience coaching in different countries, different contexts, I would say that English football is the one that is more demanding than anyone else, than any other league in terms of the pace of the game. So you need to get used to receive pressure from almost every angle, especially playing the position he plays, to the pace of the game. The game has no rest. The tempo of the game is so high. And I think that he has done a good job to struggle, because sometimes life, football, career as a player, you need to go through these struggling moments to grow. And I'm very happy because he's not only today, but the last games he's giving assists, and today is another one. So I want to see more from him because he's a very good football player. There is more of him, I'm convinced about it, but it's definitely showing signals that he's a good player.
You look like you might have felt something just before he came off. Is that an injury worry with him, or is he okay?
Jonathan Varane, you say?
No.
No.
With Nicholas Madsen.
Nicholas Madsen, yeah, he actually felt a little bit his hamstring, I think, and he told me just straight after the game when we were walking in the pitch, he told me that he felt it was not anything really bad to worry about, but he felt it a bit, yeah.
How's Nashby? It looked like he had a really good game at full-back as well. He looked a bit disappointed to come off. Is that kind of a good thing for you to have as a manager, and what did you say to him when you took him off?
I love Ash's personality. I think he's so straight and honest, and he wanted to play. He's playing at high level the last games, which I'm very happy about him, because I think there is big potential on him as a player. Playing actually very good on the left side, which we know that naturally he's more a right fullback than a left one. But he did really well, and then we felt that perhaps with the yellow card, having Ken on the bench, Ken as well coming back from this small injury, but I think Ken Powell did really well today as well, coming from the bench. We're trying to find ways to even improve the team, but I'm happy with the game that he played.
Okay. Cheers.
Thank you.